If it's in Hampton Roads, it's on the Hampton Roads Show.
And welcome to the Hampton Road Show. Good Monday morning. We have a great show for you today. Our friends from Hampton Healthy Families Partnership are here to talk about some great programs to help get your child ready for school.
Plus, on this week's Tracy Tries It, our Fakes a Fox, Tracy Page sees if he has what it takes to read the crowd and play that perfect track to keep the party going as he gives DJing a spin.
And then ever thought you lived at a zoo? Our executive producer Stephanie Cook joins us with her review of We Bought a Zoo, the new film starring Matt Damon and Scarlett Johansson.
And
I don't know if that's a strange coincidence,
yeah,
or if that was on
like We Bought
purpose.
a Zoo. And that was actually photos from our 80s party this weekend. We had at Guadalajara's in Town Center, Virginia Beach. A lot of fun.
Right,
We had
you looked great, 80s girl.
Yeah, I brought in some stuff that I was for Halloween. I had my fro, and I kind of decked it out. You had a fro too.
I had a fro, I had glasses, I was incognito.
Yeah.
I kind of liked that.
It was
Nice going out.
People didn't recognize you right away?
Well, I talked to a lot of people. They had no idea who they were talking to.
I didn't even recognize Stephanie. I was like standing by her, and she was like, she had the flip glasses, and I was like, whoa!
Yeah.
And Tracy, of course, his little hip hop, he was a pimp. I don't know if that's what you want to say.
I look forward to seeing more of those photos throughout the morning.
Feeling
That's
they're
cool.
going to pop up.
Mm-hmm. So you guys, had a nice date for the party. You don't have to name names or anything. I'm assuming you brought your wife, Kathy.
Did have a date. Yeah.
Okay.
80s girl. She looked good.
And you had a date, Ariane. I'm not going to put you on blast.
What? I don't know
Okay.
what she's talking about.
But my point is,
Yeah.
some people are finding it very hard to meet people to date these days. And a little bit later on, our pal Anderson Cooper is going to be talking to the creator of a website. It's called whatsyourprice.com. And it is a website where women can be paid to go on dates, in some cases with self-proclaimed nerdy men. So, and the website is broken into, you can browse generous profiles, or you can view attractive
For the
profiles.
nerds?
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
like apparently there are men that I guess are deemed, I don't know if it's a panel of experts or what,
Yeah,
as
how do
the
you put
attractive
yourself in a
candidates.
category?
And then there's another category that they simply label as generous. And he talks to like a woman who said, sure, she was looking for somebody, but she was also looking to make a little extra money by, being paid to go on a first date with guys who say that for whatever reason, they can't meet people. And I mean, Anderson straight up asked the person, like, isn't this an escort service at the end of the day? And it was very interesting how they defended it. So we're asking folks this morning, what do you if you sit there and say, well, I would never do that, or maybe you say, well, hey, I would. What is the best way to meet people these days?
I mean, maybe this is a sign of the times, because I know dating rules have changed. However, I mean, if it's good for a woman to be paid on a date, why can't a woman pay a man to go out on a date? I mean, does it work both ways?
On this particular site, whatsyourprice.com,
paying women.
men paying women, but I don't know that there aren't other sites out there.
Seems like a form of prostitution. The website was started in Las Vegas. That ought to tell you something there, too.
Right, where more things are legal than in many other places.
I mean, I think if it's clearly laid out what you're doing, you already know off the bat what you're getting yourself into. But like we were talking before the show, I mean, nowadays finding dates online is like the thing. Like, all those websites out there, whereas before it was kind of like, oh, you're online dating and the chat rooms, that was kind of like creepy and awkward. But it's like you vet people, you kind of learn a little bit more about them, but how can you really tell if you like date online who the person really is until you meet them? But I think it is I would think it's kind of, I don't know if women are maybe kind of going on date after date after date after date to make money. Maybe there are some women that are just would go out with the nerd, but don't the nerds though? You're just being paid. You're paying someone to go out with you. How do you get any type of feeling? How do you feel good about yourself?
Yeah, and I wonder how many times you can call them back. Hey, can I call you? Well, it's going to cost you. I think that's the most awkward part of it. Being on a date, knowing that there was money exchanged, just seems like you're paid for someone to go take to dinner.
I understand people going to the internet, but it's the paying thing that's kind of weird. But even I don't know. I think the best way is to just kind of meet people in person through a common interest, or to have like good friends set you up.
Because they know what you like or what,
Because I have a friend who was doing like Match.com and had gone on a couple of like so-so dates, but ultimately met the guy she's marrying this summer because her friends were in a bar and started talking to this guy and called her at home and said, get dressed and come down here. And, they introduced them in that, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I think.
Is that a blind date?
I guess it
Well,
was to a
friends,
point,
I mean,
but
they
if you have, like, if I have a best girlfriend,
right.
you know, you're not gonna set your girlfriend up with.
No, if
I
a
mean,
best
guys,
girl will
I don't know
vouch
how
for
that
somebody,
works.
that
As
goes a
your
long
friend.
way.
Whatever it takes. I hope it works for people.
All I'm saying is I'm glad I'm not dating anymore.
Yeah, really.
We wish our girl Ariane the best of luck out there.
Yes, let in the comments. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, well, I don't know about this next deal, paying money. Obviously, this woman paid a lot of money to go kind of have a New Year's experience. She's from Australia. Her name is Erin Langworth, but apparently on New Year's Eve, she bungee jumped. There it is. But what happens? Oh, the cord snaps. She plummets into the river, and
she lived.
She lived. She survived. Now, it was like crocodile-infested waters, but they said the cold water kind of snapped her back into reality, although when she went in, the bungee cord got stuck on some rocks, so she had to set herself free, swim to the shore, and she was, you know, medevac to the local hospital there. But they showed pictures. She has like some bruises on her back, of course, you know, from being scraped.
Water hard.
Broke her collarbone.
And her arm, but she's fine. So it just kind of poses the question. Obviously, this is a very extreme sport. A lot of people out there are saying they have their bucket list. I'm going to bungee jump. I'm going to jump out of a plane or do whatever. Would an accident like this kind of make you go, I don't know, because a lot of people, when you say, like, are you going to go bungee jump, they're like, oh, you know, the cord will snap in my case. Well, can you believe that that would happen? Like, what's the most extreme thing that you've ever done? And if you haven't done anything, would something like this kind of deter you from making that decision? I'd say for me, the most extreme thing that I've done, I went on a stunt plane ride at my last station in Missouri. Like, it wasn't just any type of plane ride. We went in, up, tilted back, flew upside down, and you know, I'm not a big fan of flying, but I was like, when am I ever going to get to do this ever in life? So I just went ahead and did it. But bungee jumping, no.
Wreck?
I bungee jumped. It was cool. You know, it wasn't that high, but watching that wouldn't deter me. But having kids and doing it, that deters you.
Yes.
Life changes for you when you have responsibilities. She's 22 years old. She wanted a thrill, and she got it.
Yeah,
She paid for it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like she paid for a date or anything like that.
We were talking about it before the show. I have gone skydiving, and I didn't think it was particularly dangerous because I felt like the folks out at Skydive Suffolk were really safe, you know. But with kids now, you know, it's just
a little different.
Back to golf.
Yeah.
You know, it is different. All right, let us know.
All right, hey, of course, it's football time. The NFL playoffs started this weekend, and we just, you know, everybody's talking about it. Tim Tebow does it again. He eliminated the Pittsburgh Steelers yesterday in overtime. That was the very first play, an 80-yard touchdown pass to Demaryius Thomas. Tim Tebow, cold the last 4 games, but yesterday came up big, had his best game ever, threw for over 300 yards. He was perfect, and Denver Bronco fans are just pumped up because now they're headed to, they're headed to New England to play Tom Brady again.
I think we have one
Stephanie over there loves what she saw yesterday. You know, Hampton Roads, the second most popular team, and I know Dallas Cowboy fans will say that's not true, the second most popular team in the area other than the Redskins are the Steelers.
Yeah.
So the Steeler fans, Steeler Nation right now is just bummed out. But what a great game, though. What a great moment for Denver. I mean, Tebow has provided some amazing thrills this season, and there's the latest.
Are you a believer?
Look at how, I know, but that number 29, man, he almost got him. You got to give it to him.
What I love,
almost don't count. Almost doesn't count in the football playoffs.
But what I love is the crowd reaction. Like, it's one thing when he's running into the end zone, but the crowd just is like, wah, going crazy. Hey, how about those Saints?
That's right. The Saints won, and the Texans won, and the Giants won. And
they were all, you know what, Stephanie, can I have a little bit of time here? She's over there yawning.
We'll give you 5 seconds.
What?
Saints won.
Yes, and it was actually playing while we were at the party, and so in between like dancing, you know, get my 80s groove on, I was like, woo, touchdown, because they played the Lions and they were down, and they came back.
Yeah,
so.
well, the playoffs are here.
Woo,
exciting stuff.
Now the Broncos are coming to play the Patriots.
That's right.
I hope Cookie and I can remain friends.
Tom
Carrie
Brady.
doing the hand.
Tebow and Brady.
I never forget where you came from, that's for sure. I mean, Hampton Roads is home, but we're all tied.
And since we're talking football, tonight the national championship game between Alabama and LSU, and Phillip Sims, a local guy, is the backup quarterback for Alabama. He's 1 play away from being in the biggest game of the year, so something to look for tonight.
All right.
All right, just a football mention there. Let us know your thoughts. Dating and skydiving and thrill-seeking and football, and we're covering the gamut this morning. Love it when we talk sports, guys. Thanks for throwing me a bone.
I think dating's scarier than skydiving. Dating was much scarier than jumping out of a plane. Hey, Wheeler.
And being paid for it.
Who did you date?
We don't have that kind of time.
Wow, yeah, I guess not. Yeah, so, you know, I just got back from bungee jumping. Did okay.
How was it?
You're
You're
good?
not here out of place.
Nope. got all fixed up, and everything's okay.
You're going to have to tell me which brand of hairspray you use.
Oh, yeah, it's a tough one. Yeah, we got
It's
this
the
big
gel.
tower here, so I just, and I'm okay.
Right up the
Right off the tower, huh?
Right up the tower. So don't try that at home, kids. And I'm just kidding, by the way, because kids might actually say, oh, that's a great idea. Don't do that, ever.
Yeah.
Ever. So
Ever.
Yeah. Let's take a look and see what we got going on for today. For weather, we got some wet weather out there. Temperatures in the upper 40s. It's going to be chilly. It's going to be wet. We had rain on and off all morning, and that's going to continue through the afternoon and evening. Tomorrow's going to be nice. We'll see some sunshine, fair skies, highs in the mid-50s. Not bad. We warm up Wednesday, but there's a good chance of rain in the afternoon and evening, and then early Thursday. So we'll see some warm weather, but it'll be wet again. And then towards next weekend, looking at some cooler, drier conditions. Around Friday, you know, one of the models suggests maybe a few flakes of snow as the system moves away. Maybe, but right now, let's just say it'll be cooler and drier overall. All right, let's take a look at the pop quiz for today. And the pop quiz has, you know, 4 clues here. So here's, but usually, but today, I've changed it up a little bit. So here we go. So which of the following is not a bay in Southern Virginia Beach? Is it A, ships, B, north, C, Cobb, or D, back? And Chris, you probably got this one, no problem, because I know you spent some time down there around a couple of these. So
okay,
we'll find out.
We'll
HamptonRoadshow.com. Submit your answers, and you know, we'll see what we got. Good luck.
Is he tricky? He's being tricky, isn't he?
He's being a little bit tricky. There.
A little coy.
Yeah.
He just jumped off the tower, and he's feeling it.
No, you can
Feeling it.
All right, today's winner is going to receive a family 4-pack of skating passes and rentals to MacArthur on Ice, and it is running through January 16th, so still a little bit of time left to get your skate on.
It is super fun. All right, still ahead on the Hampton Road Show, our executive producer, Stephanie Cook, switches gears, and she joins us on the couch for her review of We Bought a Zoo. But first, our friends from Hampton Healthy Families Partnership are here to talk with us this morning about the programs in place to make sure children start school on the right track with their Smart Beginnings program.
Back now on the Hampton Road Show with Melissa James from Downtown Hampton Child Development Center. That's just one of the places parents can go to participate in the Smart Beginnings program aimed at making sure all children start school healthy and prepared. Melissa, welcome to the Hampton Road Show.
Thank you very much.
All right, what is Smart Beginnings Virginia Peninsula?
Well, basically, it's a bunch of people, our whole community, working together to help children start school prepared and healthy. And there are actually 28 Smart Beginnings locations throughout the state of Virginia, and Virginia Peninsula is one of them. So, of course, we cover Hampton and Newport News, and there are others as well. And it's really a combination of public-private partnerships. You've got government, you've got businesses, hospitals, nonprofits, including the one where I work, Downtown Hampton Child Development Center, which is how I've gotten involved with Smart Beginnings. And I'm also the mother of a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. So it matters a lot to me as well.
Then you know, because you're right there with the 4 and 2-year-old, and we know it's important to get them started early. Why is it so critical to a child's development to get them started early?
Well, the first 5 years of life, which is what Smart Beginnings focuses on, birth to age 5, is actually the time when the architecture of the brain is being developed. So all of the connections between the left and right sides of the brains are being formed. If you stimulate them, if you give them the experiences that really cause those connections to form and to multiply, you're going to set a child up to be learning properly throughout their life, and you're going to set up their behavior, and everything just starts in those first 5 years, which is why they're so critical.
The first 5 years, and also they're the 4 areas of learning that you guys sort of gear to. What are they?
Absolutely. Well, everyone thinks about academic. You think, oh, kindergarten, you have to know the ABCs. But often overlooked are the social emotional, which are 2 of them, and physical as well. You'll hear parents bragging about how well their child can read, but you don't often hear them say, oh, Johnny expresses his feelings so well. But it actually is very important because, you know, kindergarten has changed a lot, even since I was there, and I'm pretty young. What used to be started in 1st grade is now kindergarten, and preschool is really the new kindergarten. They need to arrive on the first day knowing things that they used to learn in kindergarten even 2 decades ago.
Now, how does a parent choose an early learning program?
Well, the state of Virginia is actually helping us with that now. It used to be pretty hard because you were just kind of taking a stab in the dark on what looked like a nice center. Did it have a good playground? Was it a nice church? Now there's something called the Virginia Star Quality Initiative, which is reviewers, including Smart Beginnings being included,
Right.
going around to child care centers and preschools and family home care organizations in the state and giving them a rating of 1 to 5 stars. And that's not quite the same as like a hotel rating, well, where a 4-star hotel is, you know, great and 0 stars is nothing. Each star tells you how far above and beyond licensing standards that the center has gone. So 1 star is 1 star better than what is the bare minimum recommended by the state. So really, we have quite a few 4-star centers that are in South Hampton Roads and also on the peninsula as well.
And that certainly makes it a lot easier. Now, quickly, what can a parent do to get their child started early and to get them ready and prepared?
Well, it all starts with a healthy pregnancy, so no bungee jumping, no skydiving.
No, okay.
Infants and toddlers, you've got to get them ready. Don't put them in containers, as we call it. I was guilty of that myself as well, but swings and bouncers and exercisers, get them on the floor. Play with them. You're the most important toy that your child can have.
Sure.
And then once they're actually in preschool age, you want to be doing things to help them do things independently. Go to the bathroom independently, zip their jacket. No, not just the ABCs, but the sounds of their letters. Pre-reading.
Don't underestimate a child and how early you can get started. Smart Beginnings, Virginia Peninsula, 321 Main Street, Newport News, www.smartbeginnings.svp.org. You can call them at 240-2731. You can also contact the Healthy Families Partnership on the website hampton.gov/Healthy Families, or give them a call at 727-1300. Melissa, thank you for joining us. That's great advice.
Thank you.
All right, Hampton Roads in the Buzz Center with my girl, Carrie.
Right.
So Friday's show, anyone who watched knew it was a huge debate on our shoes.
It's a little bit of a shoe ha-ha.
It was a shoe ha-ha because I saw the shoes that you had and I was like, oh, those are hot. I'm going to go buy me some. But then we had a big debate about whether they were navy blue or black.
And then we wore them on the same day.
We wore them on the same day.
Coincidence.
Not even planned. Carrie's like, which, you know, the box is navy blue. And I was like, well, mine are black. I was so sure they were black. Well, I go home Friday, I look at the box and I was like, they're navy. They're navy blue.
So for those of you who like barely made it through the weekend not knowing the answer, here's the answer.
They're navy blue.
Okay.
Just had to get that off my chest. Now I feel refreshed. Hey, would women out there, Anderson Cooper's talking about the site. What is it called again?
The site is called whatsyourprice.com, and it is exactly what it sounds like. It is letting men get to bid on a first date with a woman who gets the money and goes on the date.
Yes.
And then perhaps genuine love will bloom from there. But it is, you know, your basic auction in the beginning.
Would you do that? It's a fine line. Amanda Rapicon on Facebook says, I got married coming out of high school. I have no clue how to meet people. I don't think being or hiring an escort is the way to go, but to each his own. And Mike B says, with a background check.
Why
are you over here?
Why do you want to get in trouble with Kathy
with
every day of your life?
I don't know. I mean, what does it take to go out? I mean, this is big dollars here. What are we going to do with that? Hey, now. Hey.
Don't worry about it.
Wow.
$100 bill. Chris rolls like that?
Check that. Who's got the marker? Who's got the...
I know, right? To see if
it's not real.
The secret decoder marker.
It's
counterfeit.
It's not real.
All right, well, Chris is buying breakfast, that's for sure.
Clearly, we're going. You're
Not
getting
a
us
date.
coffee. Look,
friends.
she's checking it. Stephanie Cook's checking it.
It's marked. This one's yours. It's real, baby. It's real.
That was really... All right. I don't know where to go from there.
To the next comment.
Background. Well, that's
Mike B. Mike B. says the best way to meet people is with a background check.
You have to nowadays.
Absolutely.
You just never know. Like all those movies, Lifetime movies out there, the guy's just charming this and that, and then all of a sudden he's like
the devil.
Yeah. This weekend, football though.
Yep.
Is your team, the playoffs kicked off, still in the playoffs, still in the running? Of course,
Still
the
the
big
Patriots.
talk, Tim Tebow. So we just wanted to know, what was your team? Kristen Condit French, she says, ugh, so it wasn't a nightmare. We really lost. The Steeler Nation is out. Becky Dowd says, yes, the Giants are rocking. Go New York. Corinne Maples, that's my girl. She says, the Saints. And Amanda Rapicon says, yep, mine are still in. I am a Packer fan.
Packers. All right, thank you for sending your comments. Please keep them coming.
Still ahead, if living greener was one of your resolutions for 2012, stick around. Amelia Baker from Green Alternatives joins us with some great ways to go green and stay green.
But first, our executive producer, Stephanie Cook, switches gears from football to the movies now. She's got her review of We Bought a Zoo.
And don't forget about our pop quiz. Today's winner will receive a family 4-pack of skating passes and skate rentals to MacArthur on Ice, running now through January 16th. Just log on to thehamptonroadshow.com. click on the pop quiz button on the top right-hand corner of the screen. All right, back now on the Hampton Road Show with this morning's Entertainment Express music's hottest couple, Jay-Z and Beyonce, welcomed a baby girl over the weekend. Now, according to several sources, 30-year-old Beyonce delivered her daughter Saturday night in New York City via C-section. The Houston Chronicle, Beyonce's hometown newspaper, reports that baby and mom are doing just fine. Now, there was a little bit of confusion as to what the power couple named their firstborn, but most sources say the baby girl's name is Blue Ivy. Thousands of Elvis fans are flocking to Memphis to celebrate the King's 77th birthday. And where else do the devoted fans go but Graceland, Elvis's legendary mansion? This is a look at fans arriving to pay tribute. The folks at Graceland have a lot planned for this year, which is the 35th anniversary of Elvis's death, including 3 new exhibits. Elvis on Tour opened last week with rare photos and clothing, and Elvis's Through His Daughter's Eyes opens February 1st, featuring home movies and mementos from Lisa Marie Presley's childhood. And on March 1st, Icon, the influence of Elvis Presley, will feature artifacts on loan from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum of Musicians influenced by Elvis's music. All right, it was a monstrous opening at the box office for the fright flick The Devil Inside. The low-budget film about exorcists trying to free a woman possessed by evil spirits debuted well above industry expectations, bringing in an estimated $34.5 million. Wow. That meant Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol got spooked out of the top spot after 2 weekends at #1, slipping to #2 with $20.5 million. And of course, that moved Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows, to #3. All right, we're going to check into the box office review. Film critic Stephanie Cook is here to talk about We Bought a Zoo. I heard this was a fun, it's based on a true story, right?
It is based on a true story. It's set, the true story happened actually in England, but they reset it so it happened in California, which is where most movies happen anyway, apparently.
True.
So anyway, I saw this one actually over the holiday break, and I've had a couple of parents ask me about it, if their kids could actually go see it, so I thought we'd talk about it today. So We Bought a Zoo, actually based on a true story, with the country and a few other little things changed. Benjamin Mee, played by Matt Damon, is a single dad still trying to get over his wife's passing 3 years ago, and also having a hard time being there for his kids. After his oldest, Dylan, played by Colin Ford, gets in some trouble, Dad decides it's time to move, and that sets the whole movie in motion.
I get it. This whole spiritual journey, we're all in cages, man. I love it, but at the risk of stating the obvious, you're insane, okay? You're drilling yourself into insane debt.
You good?
Yeah, all good. Thanks.
Who's that?
That's Kelly.
Hold it. Okay, here's the revised Duncan plan. Dump the animals, keep Kelly. That's true joy.
It's about Rosie, man. She is happy here.
Rosie is 7. Just make her a nice zoo screensaver and she'll be just as happy.
I'm trying to give him an authentic American experience.
And it ends with you authentically living on my velour couch with your 2 children.
Well, the need for a big change and a purpose does land the struggling family on the property of a dilapidated zoo that is for sale, and they buy it. Scarlett Johansson is Kelly. She's in charge of all the animals and the staff that currently takes care of the property. The whole zoo crew stays on when Benjamin buys it. His daughter Rosie is thrilled, Dylan is desperate, and Benjamin and Kelly fight against inevitable romance. And speaking of romance, there's a subplot there involving Dylan and Lily. That's ScoJo's niece in the movie. She's played by Elle Fanning, and that helps save the movie a little bit from complete predictability. There's an evil villain trying to keep the zoo from opening, and some completely random scenes involving the creatures of the zoo just to get them on camera, particularly a snake scene that made no sense. No sense at all. We Bought a Zoo is co-written and also directed by Cameron Crowe, who's good at the teen angst kind of thing, but could it be that Crowe, famous for Almost Famous, and Jerry Maguire is losing his edge? Could be. Damon does turn in a moving and thought-provoking performance in places, and Scarlett Johansson tries her best to hang in and help out. However, the movie itself just falls short. It's really all formula and next to no substance. It's just too predictable for me. It's rated PG for a little language and some thematic elements, namely the death of the mom and the struggles of the son, but really, depending on the child, it's okay for most kids over, I would say, like 7 or 8. and I'm going to give it 2.5 cookies.
2.5?
2.5. But I mean, it's fun. I mean, it's more like one of those movies you would take your kid to see because, like Chipwrecked. Like just because you know, there's some little.
Is it funny? Does it make there are parts that make you laugh?
There's some funny things. There's definitely some funny things. But again, like you see Matt Damon, Scarlett Johansson, and Cameron Crowe, and you think it's going to be a trifecta to make a good movie, but it doesn't, and that's what's a problem. There's scenes where Scarlett Johansson and Matt Damon do some amazing acting, but it's what they have to say and how they have to sell the movie and the movie itself that kind of falls short. So the predictable thing killed it for me. Yeah. Like you knew exactly what was going to happen. There's a couple of tears. You know, especially Matt Damon. He really doesn't know what to do. And that kid, Colin Ford, that plays Dylan, look out for him. Yeah. He definitely has it going on. He yells at Matt Damon at his dad, and it was a really good acting scene.
Well, it's kind of interesting to see Matt Damon in a different role other than like Born Identity. You know, his fast-paced, action-packed movies, and to We Buy a Zoo.
Yep. Well, 2.5 cookies. It's definitely not in the Oscar race, but you know, if you're looking for a movie, take the kids to see, the older kids. We Buy a Zoo.
Nice job. Thanks, Cookie.
See, I remember when Born Identity was the different role for Matt Damon. You know what I mean? Interesting. Thank you very much.
2.5 cookies. You know, even before it was mentioned, I'd have given it 2.
Really?
I could tell it was a 2. But you know, what am I saying? What do I know?
That you like zoo. I like animals too.
Yeah, I like animals. Come on.
All right, we're talking about that chick from Australia who was
thrill-seeking.
Yes, bungee jumping in Africa. Whee!
Now that's a drop right there.
I know. Look at that, caught on camera.
The thrill of a lifetime. She's lucky to have survived.
I know it. I know it. She did survive that plunge off the bridge, but seeing that cord snap, if you had bungee jumping on your bucket list, does that make you say, never mind? Or, you know, do you see that as kind of a 1 in a million type of incident that wouldn't deter you? Andy Marsh says, remember the arch down at the circle at the ocean front?
Yes, I do.
A swing at Ocean Breeze. He said it was a bungee jump. She did it twice. He said he got his wife to go with him the second time. I told her it was fun when it was done. She said, it's not fun, it's really scary, and I'll never do it again. But he said it was a great cure for a hangover.
That's where I did my bungee jump.
Oh, really?
I was there, yeah, at the Loop. And I don't know about a great cure for a hangover, but it was definitely a thrill.
Well, it didn't hurt their relationship because Andy and Dee have been married a long, long time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right, Amanda says skydiving, easily most extreme. She said, but she's glad that she did it. She feels like she tackled her fear of heights. I would say that's.
You remember jumping from the plane? What was that like?
Absolutely.
That was cool.
You know what was funny is, and I'm sure the instructors remember this too, is I took the ground course, and down in the barn, you know, with the big fan, you practice them saying, okay, and then you say, okay, and then you get out. Well, when you're up in the plane, I said, okay, but I couldn't hear them say okay back, and I kept waiting, like I kept saying okay, we're getting further from the drug, so eventually I felt this.
You just, yanked
the second time I went on time, but it was fantastic. It was really, really fun. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Messed up your
I can take that. Ashley Patricia Jernigan says, no, I wouldn't do it. Beginning with this accident just proves my point. Risk could cost you. That girl is very lucky. I'm afraid of heights too, but I guarantee I won't be skydiving to get over my fear of heights.
Right. But anyone, if you're driving today with coffee in your hand, you're driving with your knee, I mean, that's probably
even more
like 1,000 times more risky than jumping out of a plane. That's what I say.
Hey, thanks for sending us your comments. Still ahead on our Face of Fox, Tracy Page sees if he has the skills, attitudes, and mixing techniques to be a DJ. That's coming up on this week's Tracy Tries It.
And from Barbara Walters to Ann Curry, the women of NBC's Today Show open up about working in a man's world, taking it over, and redefining morning news for many generations to come.
Monday morning.
Love it, huh?
Love it. Monday morning.
Trying to go with you.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I mean, not everybody can walk around with $100 bills in their pocket.
That was a loan. I took out a loan for that. It went back, trust me.
Back to the crap room.
Yeah.
All right. All right, back here on the Hampton Road Show, you may have noticed a little celebrating on the Today Show this morning.
Yeah, all week long, of course, the Today Show is celebrating its 60th anniversary. And while looking back at the decades of broadcasting, they're also looking ahead and getting very interactive.
They partnered up with Dunkin' Donuts and created a very special 60th anniversary Today Show donut. You can see them, they're decorated with the Today Show theme color sprinkles. So in honor of our friends at Today, we're taking a look back at the ladies who've called Today home over the years.
Mr. President, what do you think is the correct role for a Washington wife?
I cannot imagine Elizabeth Taylor being told by a man that I've got some work to do, honey, go upstairs and watch TV.
Kuwait has been invaded by Iraq.
I don't want to get in a fight with you.
People hear that, taxpayers, and they're very frustrated because
presidents hear that and get that.
You are.
There was a time when women were not allowed to do much more than be window dressing in morning television.
Fan down to the prettiest two eyes in the television business. Give them a great big free look there.
I didn't realize they had Today girls, but that was actually a sign of the times back then. You'd never see that today.
Florence Henderson was a Today Show girl.
She was pregnant during her tenure on the Today Show, and they would hide her behind palm trees and desks. Americans were so squeamish or prudish or something.
Barbara Walters really was the first woman who hosted Today, and she was a real trailblazer. And you trace her career and you see where we've come. In the beginning, she wasn't allowed to interview any of the major newsmakers. She would do sort of the, I don't know, more featurey segments.
You make a very cute bunny. Good morning, Barbara. How are you?
I think that moment when she interviewed Richard Nixon, that was one of those seminal moments, really, for the show.
I doubt your question.
You certainly have.
By the 1970s, a great deal had changed for women, and it was reflected on the Today Show. There were no interviews that I was denied.
Would you sign any kind of treaty?
In 1974, I was made the first female co-host of a morning program, and ever since then, every woman who has been on has been a co-host. I didn't wave any flags, I didn't burn my bra. But if there's something I'm very proud of, it's that occasion.
Barbara paved the way for women on this show, without a doubt. Jane, she had her pregnancy on this show, which was something that, you know, so many women could relate to.
Bill Cosby was on the show. I remember him referring to the big purple ball, and it was obvious that he was talking about Brian Gumbel's co-host, Jane Pauley.
Bill Cosby said he wanted the purple ball to join us.
Yeah. So I definitely was the most visible pregnant woman in North America, and I think my pregnancy was unprecedented in television.
Katie had a colonoscopy on this show, and because of it, saved lives.
I have a pretty little colon.
I did this colonoscopy, and I think people probably thought I was nuts. After that aired, there was a 20% increase in colonoscopies.
Now Anne and Natalie and I have the chance to make a difference as well, and it's part of the legacy of the show, the impact that you can have.
There has been this strong succession of women that has lasted all the way through to Meredith today in that primary role. And these women, one after another, have helped pave the way for the women to come after. And I think that that road is still being paved.
All right, you can see more of today's 60th anniversary celebrations all this week on Today.
If going green was one of your resolutions for 2012, we're here to help you. Amelia Baker from Green Alternatives is back with some great ways that you can start going green and stay green in 2012 and beyond. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Do you feel like this is not unlike maybe fitness goals or other goals that you set for the new year, that you go out gangbusters in January and then kind of have a hard time keeping up?
Absolutely. So part of making a resolution is having something measurable to know whether or not you're on track, and maybe measurable results throughout the year. So saying I'm going to use a reusable water bottle, does that mean you're going to use it every time, or maybe just at work, or give something measurable to it so that you know you're staying on task? And then it becomes something that is part of your daily life, and it's easier to stick to.
Yeah, and when you talk about measurable and doing something like that daily, I mean, if you were one to carry a plastic bottle around, I mean, 365 plastic bottles is something measurable that you're not putting out there anymore.
Absolutely. And so what I say to most people that are thinking about getting into something green, or I want to do something that's better for the environment, there are so many different kind of spokes of being an environmentalist. So maybe you're into water conservation, or maybe you want to do something where you give back to your local community, or you want to use reusables, or get rid of the toxins in your house. So picking that one thing that matters most to you. If you have kids crawling around the floor, then maybe it's cleaners that you want to look at. And start with that one thing and find it and say, all year I'm only using an environmentally friendly cleaner for my floors because my toddler crawls around all day on them. So just picking that one thing and making some kind of resolution about it. I will only take reusable bags into the grocery store. And even if I forget them, I'll walk out with my arms overflowing with products because I won't take a bag. So just picking that one thing that matters to you and not saying, I'm just going to be green this year and having it be some all-encompassing resolution that you really don't know what that means or how to begin.
Yeah, so maybe get a handle on one thing. And then if you want to add something else, you know.
Absolutely.
How do we sustain those goals?
I think if you pick the one and you work on it and it becomes part of your daily life, then it becomes a sustainable goal. So, you know, if you decide that you want to go help a water conservation group, and there are many that are very local, then going out and helping and them seeing you and knowing you, then you develop a relationship with them and you go out every quarter when they do cleanups or you help when they need help in the office or whatever it is. So then you start to develop that as part of your life, as part of your routine, and it becomes something that's sustainable naturally, and it's not something that you have to work at or that becomes really difficult, you know, come February 1st.
And you might meet a great group of, like, you're making me think of like the Chesapeake Bay Foundation.
Absolutely.
You go to their website, and I mean, they basically you can say, I'm free this day, and they can tell you what project, you know, you could go
and they
help.
send you out there with tools, and you meet other people in your community.
Right.
Okay, maybe that's a way you can get into dating.
Right? You know they're good people because they're out there cleaning up. See? All right, and get another reason to go green. Go green and get a date. All right, where can folks go? Where would you recommend as, you know, maybe a one-stop shop, whether people are looking for products or just ideas of way to be more involved?
I would try and stop at the farmers market. They have a lot of community information there, so even if you're not looking into buying products or volunteering specifically with them, they do have a lot of information on the local nonprofits and conservation groups and green services. So it's a good place to start. Pick up a bunch of business cards, talk to people. All of the people in there probably do something that's rather green anyway, so you can start to meet people there too.
All right, that is on 26th Street in
26th and Church.
In Norfolk, 26th and Church, and of course you can visit greenalternatives.com for more ideas as well.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks Amelia.
Thank you.
Still ahead on the Hampton Roadshow Face the Fox, Tracy Page sees if he has the skills to read the party crowd as he gives DJing a spin on the ones and twos. That's happening in this week's Tracy Tries It. Hey, Hampton Roads. It is Monday, which means, of course, it is not only time for another segment of Tracy Tries It, but the very first one, 2012.
Yes. That's right. I am so amped and excited about this new year that I felt like partying. So this segment, I consulted a few party experts.
Hey Hampton Roads, it's me, T. Page, and I'm here for another segment of Tracy Tries It, the first for 2012, in fact. I know you guys miss me, and I'm so amped, I'm ready to party. I'm here at Center Bistro at the Peninsula Town Center, and who knows how to party better than a DJ? So I'm here with DJ Chase Schuyler and DJ Do Your Thing, and they're going to give me a one-on-one lesson on how to DJ. So let's pick it, go!
Tracy, what's up? I'm about to teach you the elements of becoming a DJ, all right? The first thing that you need to know, you need to get a DJ name.
Yeah.
Okay? I go by DJ Do Your Thing. I'm going to call you DJ T Page.
That works.
That works?
Yes, so everybody calls me. Go ahead.
All right, cool. That's 101 down. 2, the first thing you need to learn is a baby scratch. The basic elements of any type of DJing. You just need to learn how to baby scratch. I'm going to show you right now. Ready?
All right.
It's really on a 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to count that in your head, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I got to get my confident face on.
Yeah, your confident face
on. Because y'all be looking like...
Because we're confident about it. You got to be cocky. You got to know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Look. You're getting it down already.
So here we go. So that's the one.
There you go. That was good. Do it again. What? Get it in. That's the first part. All right.
All right.
The next one is blending. Now this is what we're gonna do. Bring in the beat. I'm gonna bring in the beat. You already know that. You already have the baby scratch down, all right? So what I want you to do, I want you to hear where the song should start. Hit play when you think it's gonna come in, okay? Because it'll just keep going with it. You got it. Already, you got it. See? See, you're already listening. That's good. See, look, DJ T-Pay, I don't even need to show him what he's doing.
DJ Natural.
Pop his collar real quick.
He ain't got no collar.
All right, DJ T-Page, you know how to baby scratch. Yeah. You know how to blend.
Yes.
There's another huge element of DJing that everyone needs to know how to do. Okay. Mic control. out of everything you need to know how to control the room and rock the party with just your voice if needed.
All right.
I'm going to hand the mic over to my man DJ Chase Schuyler, and he's going to show you how to rock the room.
Okay. All right, DJ T-Page, now you've got all the DJing down pat. The last thing that you need to learn is how to control the crowd with the microphone. You take a deep breath and you go, welcome out everybody, Cine Bistro every Friday and Saturday night. All right, let's hear it.
Here we go. All right. Hey everybody, Hampton Road Show, weekdays at 11, WAVY TV 10. Please watch. Now with your permission, of course. You know, I want to give it a try. I want to do it all.
Absolutely.
What's going on, everybody? It's DJ T-Page, aka the Face of Fox. I'm about to get it popping up in here. Let's go! Hold on. I got a phone call. Hello? Yes. I'm gonna pay you money. I'm DJing right now. Hold on. I gotta.
All right, DJ T-Page, I think you did a very good job today becoming an official Hampton Roads DJ. With that being said, I wanted to give you an official Teach Me How to Tracy instead of Chasey shirt. So there you go.
Thank you. Wow, that's dope.
And for me, DJ Do Your Thing, I want to just deem you also an official party crasher. Wow. So now you can crash any party.
Are you kidding me? I'm DJ everything right now. I want to thank DJ Chase Schuyler and DJ Do Your Thing for teaching me everything I needed to know about becoming a DJ. So until next time, Hampton Roads, this is T-Page. And I tried it.
That was nice, right?
Tracy, that was
Yeah, teach me how to Tracy.
So what's that dance?
Huh?
You wanna?
Yeah, I'm working on the video. You know, I'm meeting with a few producers. You know, some guys send me a beat. We gonna work that out. Teach me how to Tracy. Coming to you know, a computer screen near you. Check it out on YouTube. Should be coming soon.
Yeah. We will.
And if you want to hear more, of DJ Chase on the ones and twos, he DJs every Friday and Saturday night at the Cine Bistro at the Peninsula Town Center from 9 p.m. to close. You can also hit him up on Facebook. Stop imitating me. Facebook / Chase Schuyler. And if you want to catch up with DJ Do Your Thing, he's pretty much everywhere. Like seriously, he's everywhere. But he's definitely at the Red Star at the Virginia Beach Town Center on Friday nights. You can also get up with him on Facebook and Twitter / Do Your Thing and www.djdoyourthing.com. I was looking at Stephanie because I want her to know. Don't worry about where the camera's at. I was over here with Stephanie.
That was good.
Hey.
So do you think you should like headline a party now? Like as DJ T-Page?
I think I could, you know, I could do something.
I like the remix of the Hampton Road Show theme music.
That's hot, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know, with the Teach Me How to Tracy, we're going to go ahead and we're going to just make a whole CD, you know, of just Hampton Road Show mixes, you know, because people want to feel different things. You want some Latina feel with the Hampton Road Show and the hip-hop. Whole CD.
Yeah.
Play on the stage.
Maybe one for Mondays, one for Fridays.
Play
you
a
know,
different one every day.
Do an 80s version.
Bet.
Like
all genres.
Yeah.
Very good. You got your DJ stripe. Good job.
There you go.
All right. Let's see what we got going on for weather. I got my weather stripes on today, and let's see what's happening out there. Well, we'll do the pop quiz stripe for today. There we go. Which of the following is not a bay in southern Virginia Beach? These are the clues here. So Ships Bay, North Bay, Cobb Bay, or Back Bay. So when I say it that way, should
just really quick, the way we're all sitting, I feel like this is a game show, so I feel like all three of us have to like consult and then come up with an answer. Like,
I think he's trying to
what
fool
are we
us.
gonna go with?
I think it's Cobb is not Bay.
I
don't think any of them are bays.
No idea what that is.
Great salad.
Cobb salad.
You heard of Back Bay.
Cobb,
I've been there. All right.
Back Bay, but I mean, I've never heard of the other bays.
Really? Yeah.
Let's go with Cobb. Let's go with Cobb.
Cobb Bay?
Yeah.
No,
Cobb.
Ships.
Ships.
But there's a Ships Corner Road. That's got to be.
I'm going with Carrie. Cobb.
Cobb is right. Yeah, Cobb is actually on the eastern shore.
Way to go.
That's one of the bays there. So Back Bay,
Oh,
North Bay.
I was over here with the host.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Their family
But yeah, Ships Bay. Yeah, that's also down there, Southern Virginia Beach.
Ships Bay.
Yeah.
Good stuff today, man.
Hey, no problem. It's all on Google.
The winner, we will notify
Yeah,
them.
I mean, I've heard of Back Bay, but I was wondering if it really is a bay. I thought it was a tributary or something.
Oh,
That's why I thought you were being a little.
Oh, well, right. I
Is
got
it
you.
really
I
a
see what
bay?
you're saying.
I'm not so sure it's a bay.
Yeah, I think it's sectioned off, so technically it's a bay. But, you know, it's sectioned off, and it's all pretty much one big body of water.
I'm bored of this.
I would
Let's go back to the DJ. Let's
well,
mix
actually,
this.
the bay is Cobb Bay, but I think it was Back Bay.
Cobb Bay.
Hey, that's pretty good.
You're going
You brought your normal voice out there.
4 passes to skate and skate, and McCarthy's done it.
Oh man! When we come back, Tracy's going to do his Teach Me How to Tracy dance.
What?
Awesome, right? Okay, stay where you are.
Teach me how to Tracy.
Hey, I don't
Can we
know
get
what
a
that
little
dance
bit?
is. Preview.
That works.
Preview.
But you have to be in a swivel chair to do
Yes.
it.
You got to be in a swivel chair to do it, so you can go from side to side.
At Willis Furniture, you're sitting in the
Yeah, they're coming.
furniture.
They're going to come on the show tomorrow and tell us more about how they, decided to put this look together and how you could kind of work it
and
in
also
your house.
I have to rush your favorite Chef Bob.
Chef Bob coming back.
Very good.
That's awesome. We love having you in the kitchen.
Hey, we want to thank you for joining us on this Monday. We'll leave you with some pictures from our party this weekend.
Katie's night.
Have a great morning, everyone. Woo-hoo.
Yo, Susan.
Rocking out. Yeah. Oh, they're covering my face.